So, this is Anthony Terrell. It's my watermark right there, that scar. Look, as I'm sitting here contemplating what could possibly be going on, because I really don't know what's going on. I just know that there's something going on, but I can't place it. I can't say exactly what it is. I really don't know. But I can look at the evidence of what I see, and I can make a presumption based off an educated guess of what that may be, what that may entail, what that may include, what that may inevitably have some truth or some thread of some possibility of maybe that's what it is. Because I know I'm listening to the Lightworkers Handbook back in 2017, and I'm thinking to myself while I'm listening to it, a lot of things that was being said, and it was like, okay, this is something that's gonna, in the future, perhaps take on more of a shape, more of a form, something that I can see in the future as we proceed on forward or moving forward. And it's been just that. At the time, I had no references really much for what was being said, but I understood that it was being said for a reason, and to look for it, about presuming nothing, to assume nothing, and to try to put together the pieces of the puzzle, and some other things that were said. But that's what I've been trying to do for a while now, and all I'm left with is presumptions, ultimately at the end of the day. Now, I've been talking about the United States government following me around since 2017. I came across Donald Trump in 2015, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama out in Austin, Texas. When I was out there, I had a very inappropriate shirt on that had Whitney, Wisconsin on it. So I'm pretty sure I got on the radar of Hillary Clinton, if no one else. And they had some news, big news, journalists, whatever you want to call them, cameras, newsmen, and a crew out there over there in Austin, Texas, over a major part in downtown Austin. And I was walking through, and let's say they were all right here, right? And I was walking through with my shirt on. I had a BB gun, an air gun, pistol, wrapped up in tape, so you really couldn't make out what it was, in a holster on my side. And it, I guess, presumed to be a firearm. I had all kind of fucking shit going on, because I once heard that the best defense is a good offense when it comes to just shooing the people away and getting them just to leave you alone. That's where I was at the time. I just wanted to be left alone. There was a lot of gay energy going on in Austin, Texas at the time. I didn't know it was a mecca before I went out there for homosexuality, but I went out there for a lot of reasons, and I ended up finding out it was a mecca after I got there for homosexuality. I ended up getting into a fist fight with this homosexual guy who was at a bus stop, and I'm digressing just to tell you why I'm wearing all these things, got all these things going on, making sense out of it, not just being a nutcase just to be a nutcase. But I got into a fight with him. He started the fight. He swung on me first. I just wanted him to respect my boundaries and get out of my comfort zones, but he wouldn't do that. So we ended up getting into a fight, and he swung on me, you know. So long story short, after that, I was like, look, man, this is too crazy. So to shoo away, to shun the gay energy out there and whatever else is coming my way, I just got like a fucking long goddamn knife. I had a hatchet. I had pocket knives, about 3 pocket knives, and all this being shown that you can see it. And once again, the air pistol wrapped up in black tape, electrical tape, or was it duct tape? I really don't know. It was some kind of tape. And I had a fucking taser. I had a fucking retractable baton. And I just really wanted to make myself look like a fucking motherfucking threat, so you can just leave me the fuck alone. So now I'm walking through this news crew, you know, all the major channels, you know, it's a big event because they're going on about Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton at the time, and that's just back in 2000. It was 15, I believe it was, yeah, when they had that little thing going on, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And then I was sitting there listening to it for a while, and I caught on what it was. Then I started making some comments about Hillary Clinton being a female president, and I really wasn't being what do you call it? I wasn't condoning it. I wasn't advocating a female president, and I gave him a lot of good reasons why. And as I was talking, no one was really listening to me at first. But then at some point I said something that got the attention of one of them, and this true to form how they do things. Then as soon as I got that one, he turned around on me. Just that quickly, all the others started turning around and focusing their cameras on me. Now this never got on the air, but it was captured and recorded. And soon after that, I was being profiled, and I was being under surveillance by the government. I ended up in jail, and they ended up rocking my world in that Austin County jail in there, interrogating me and all kind of shit. Just trying to find out, I guess, if I meant any harm to the president, to Hillary, to the daughter, anybody, you know. And it turned out, after the whole thing was over with, they ended up just letting me go. But man, they rocked my fucking world in there. So at 2017, I thought we were done at this time. 2017, they showed back up again. When I got to this whole Lightworker thing, at the time I was youthing, I mentioned that to them. So they were looking for paranormal shit at the time, I'm pretty sure. They had some proof of that. I was at the peak of my acme of my youthing endeavors. Anyway, I don't know how much they kept up with me, but in 2017, I realized they were on the scenes. And they've been with me ever since. So all that, in order to say this, I don't really know what's going on. But like I said about the Lightworkers Handbook, it said, try to put together pieces of the puzzle and assume nothing. But all I'm left with is presumptions. Now, when I look at my YouTube, I noticed they were on my YouTube in 2019. I had a video up there of my youth thing when I put it up there in 2019. Not this channel, but my other channel. The channel's been up there since 2014, I believe, if not prior to that. And I just had that solitary video up there for I don't know how damn long. But when I got over there in 2019 to try to do a little something with it, or show with my channel, I noticed they had seized control of my channel and tricked it out like a MySpace page and made it hot pink and not all of the kind of bells and whistles going on there. And I tried to video record it with a camcorder, and then when I did that, they took all that off of it and took it out and gave me back control of my channel. And then they're sitting there waiting on me, and I got back onto it again, and now I'm on it, and I'm noticing that they're picking whoever it is. I don't know if it's YouTube in corporation. My presumption, once again, it says do not assume in the Lightworkers Handbook, but my presumption is it's YouTube incorporated with the government. And they've got something going on, and it may seem like silly shit, shits and giggles, like they're just being petty, but I highly doubt that's the case. There's some kind of a game going on, some kind of contest, some kind of a test going on. Like in my last videos here, you notice I put up some shorts. One of my shorts, the first short I put up when I'm going about Cornelius, the 13th scroll, it's got like 400 some odd hits right now, but I put up other editions, right? And they're getting jack hit. They're getting no hits. It's no views, so it seems. So where did they place those at? And kind of like the punchline, when I had the can over there, a half-breed can or half and half, that's getting like what, 2 views, 5 views or something like that. Then I got some other videos, some other shorts, and it's getting nothing. So they kind of pick and choose, and they sit there and they deliberately pick through my material, my content. My presumption is that they're sitting around there 24/7 waiting on me to say do something. And why they still humor me is because they want to keep me over there so they control their narrative and everything else. They can control the content, they control whatever I'm doing. And you know, like a hockey goalie at a hockey goal. And rather than sending me someplace else, and I go other places, I try to do other things, but it seems like they have so much control that they follow me over there and start stacking the deck on me over there. They did that on Daily Motion. They did that at Bluehost when I tried to go independently and get my own website. I may try and venture out and do that again. But what I'm getting at is I don't know exactly what the game is, but I feel like I'm losing and winning simultaneously. And I would like to know what it is that I stand to lose. And am I just standing to lose this all by myself, or are there bigger parameters going on as a moral collective being decided upon based upon what happens with me? So I do recall this much. In 2017, when we initiated and I began understanding that they were following me, I saw them, and once again, since 2015, I saw them again in the park over Mesa, Arizona, an apartment I was staying in. This is where we started off at. And they were dressed in fatigues and everything else. So we had an exchange with one another. And that's when I noticed that they made themselves known to me. And then we've been going back ever since. But not that I see them all the time and all that shit, but I do see the aircrafts, the helicopters and all that. but we don't pass me all the time in fatigues and say, hey, like we have a back and forth, a regular kind of rapport, or freaking what do you call it, relationship going on. It's very much in what do you call it, an on and off the scenes, a behind the scenes kind of thing that we have going on. But there is evidence that we have it going on. For me, it's undisputable that's what we got going on. But they try to keep a low pro as much as possible, I guess, if you call that keeping a low profile. Anyhow, having said that, I don't really know, but I said in 2017, I said to them when they were up in the air and they was doing this formation with planes. They had the triangle formation. They had like 2 planes right here. The diamond formation, kind of triangle diamond formation. They had 2 planes right here out in the skies, and they had one right here. And it's like 1, 2, 3, just sitting there posting up on my black ass, you know? Like they on like a attack mode or some shit. And I said to them during that time that we could have a competition if you'd like to have a competition. Because they understood I was a light worker, and I understood that they were following me because of that, and probably some other reasons as well. But mainly because of that at this point, not because of what I said and did out in Austin, Texas when I got on the news. Well, they didn't put me on the news, but they had all of it anyway, and they got it someplace. I don't know where it's at. But I'm pretty sure they got that footage, but they never aired. So anyway, I was talking about let's have a competition. Light workers, not just me, but light workers against you. But I'm out of the loop. I don't know if that's what we're doing or not, because no one gave me the partial and said, yeah, we've got a competition going on. But like I told you before, I don't know what's going on, but my presumptions lead me to think that we have some kind of contest, competition, or something going on. And I don't know really what's in the balance, what's to be lost, what's to be gained. For me right now, as I was looking at those videos and seeing how, once again, it seems like the cards are being stacked with me over there. I don't know what it is I'm losing, what I stand to lose, but I'm starting to take this very, very, very seriously. I want to know what in the fuck is going on. Because I don't want to be laying around here fucking goddamn going to sleep and just, you know, dicking off and jacking around and shit. And there's some huge, huge, huge consequences and repercussions, losses and wins at stake in the balance. You know, does that make sense? It's a long ass video. It's going on 13 minutes here in a minute. So I guess we could wrap it up here. Once again, I made this statement and connected these dots so you can connect some dots as well for yourself and make heads or tails out of that shit. You know, I've done this time and time or two, time again, time of 3 or time of 4, time of 5 or time of 6, and then I would take the videos off, true to form, but I think I should stop taking these videos off and just leave them the fuck up there, even though it's not being represented that I'm really getting much views or much interest over there. But I mean, it really isn't about the number so much as who you have over there, you know, that's seeing it. You can have, I don't know, a very invaluable person see it and then go out and tell whoever it is they tell, or baton it in whatever way they want to baton it. I think we've been doing that for a while now, because I've been handing parcels to journalists. I handed a parcel to a journalist over here in Orlando. I handed a parcel to the journalist over in Tampa, and I'm pretty sure that may have had a good bit to have to do with this getting a little more notoriety out here about the aliens and other things going on. Now remember, look up, I'm gonna put it down there in my description once again, 9/11 Grand Deception. You have to understand your government may very well be very dirty and not have your best interests at heart. They may have some subversive agendas for you. So it would behoove you to want to get to understanding really where you stand as well. Because for some reason, for the life of me, maybe I ought to ask Gemini, you know, or whatever the name of the AI is over there on my phone, what it is about people that's just that makes them sit idly by, especially the American people in a lot of ways, sit idly by, or just do some perfunctory token statement, kind of a protest or something, but never really do anything in a lot of ways that really gets something done and accomplished, and challenges the government to say, look, God damn it, what the fuck is going on? We're not cool with this. Just chill the fuck out. We don't want you doing X, Y, and fucking Z. We voted you in, but yet you're acting like you're running the whole fucking show. Can we vote you the fuck out? Can we have you sit your black ass the fuck down, please, and relax and chill the fuck out? Because you're doing a little too much. I don't know what it is about people that make them not to be that way. They act as if they put these people in the office and they got all these people running the government, And what they do is sit around and let their government just run the whole fucking roost or whatever. You have whatever it is you call the chicken coop or whatever, just run the roost, rule the roost. And they sit back and have a little protest every now and then, a little hissy fit, and they go sit their black asses down, and that's the gist of it. What the fuck is that? I mean, I would do a lot more, but hey, I'm one fucking man. You don't get, that's not where the true power lies. The power lies, unless I was a hella influential man, I've got a little bit of influence going on, but it's jack shit, and YouTube is seeing to that, and just keeping me quiet is seeing to that. But if I had made the noise that I intended to make, and I presumed I would have made by now, oh, the fucking shit we'd have done by now. The influence we would have exacted by now, you know? So that's where I was sitting at, and I was thinking about that. I'm just sitting here like kind of being complacent at this point, and like, oh, whatever, because I'm just beaten down and downtrodden by this whole process. I'm over it. I'm exhausted, I'm exasperated, and I'm thinking maybe that's not the best way to be. Maybe I gotta get back up again, pull myself up with the bootstraps, and say, damn that, let's figure out what the fuck's going on. It's not time to be laying down and sleeping, because maybe we're on that final mile, that last mile stretch, what do you call that shit? And here I am, so close and yet so far, if I'm just getting ready to fucking drop the ball right now, with some very, fundamentally fucking crucial, heavy shit going on. And that's what we've got going on. But I'm not really giving the respect that it's due, I guess you could say. I'm just kind of like so over it and jaded by it, and like I said, I've grown complacent. But I don't think that's the best attitude. Damn that, I gotta figure out what the fuck's going on here and hustle it the fuck up. Long ass video. With YouTube and the way they do me, this video will take about 6, 7, 8 hours just to upload, and it's 16, 17 minutes right now.